Hi all, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to modify a guitar pedal. You should be able to use this information to modify a commercial guitar pedal or a clone. I'm using, I build clones, so I'll be showing you a clone, but you should be able to use this with commercial pedals as well. Before I get on to some of the ways that you can modify your pedal, I just want to give a quick tip. If you're removing a diode or an IC from a commercial pedal or from an existing pedal, it's a good idea to replace, to put in a socket in place of where the diode or IC came from, so that you can change it as you want without having to desolder. So for diodes you use these rows, and for an IC, depending on how many pins it's got, you use these IC sockets. And yeah, you can just plug them in, pull them out and put a new one in, and it makes it nice and easy. Changing the diodes in a circuit can change the clipping, how the clipping sounds from the effect. Some of the common diodes that you can use are a 1N914 or 1N4148. They're both pretty much the same thing. That's a silicon diode and looks like this. Or a germanium diode gives a more of a saggy sort of distortion clipping sort of sound, whereas the silicon ones sound a bit more tighter. One of the ones that I one of the ones that I like are the Bat 41, and there's another one called a 1N34A. They're both germanium. I find it's also good to combine a silicon and a germanium. It sounds like it's a good sounding combination. You can also use these coloured lens LEDs, which for instance the Honeybee uses green LEDs, and yeah, really like the clipping in that circuit. This pedal in front of me is a Tube Screamer clone that I built a while ago, and it's actually about the third one that I built, and the wiring's quite messy. But you can see in the circuit, you might be able to see there, I've got the diodes in sockets, and I've also got the IC in a socket as well, so I can change the IC to a different type. So that brings us to the next mod, which is swapping the IC. This one I'm using in the Tube Screamer is an LM833N, whereas you'd know that a Tube Screamer comes standard with a JRC4558. Changing the IC in the circuit can make a pretty big difference to the sound. Actually, it's probably one of the better mods that you can do, because the ICs often sound a lot different one from the next. Low noise, high quality doesn't always mean the best sound. In fact, some of the best ICs are the ones that have a lot of grit and are low quality, have a lot of noise in them. So it doesn't always mean it's going to sound the best. Also, transistors, changing a transistor in a circuit can also make a pretty big difference to the sound, particularly in a boost. If you change the transistor in the boost, you'll get different. They'll have a different tonality. So yeah, both of those mods are highly recommended. So give those a try. I've put a bass mod on my box of Croc. A switch, so I can switch between the stock and a bass cut, because this circuit has a fair bit of bass in it, so I can switch between the two. So with this crude diagram I've got going here, if this was your circuit board and you've identified that this capacitor is the input capacitor, you would remove this capacitor and you would wire it up something like this. From the first hole you go up to the middle lug of the switch, and then from each of the other lugs you would have a capacitor coming off. So you'd have one value here, a larger value and a smaller value, and they both go into the same hole that the other capacitor, the second hole that the other capacitor came out. So the whole furthest away from the input. So yeah, this is one capacitor plugged in, and that's the other capacitor plugged into the other side. And then when you flick the switch, you will get more bass out of one or the other. If you want to know more about how to read the capacitor values, check out one of my other tutorials. I've got a tutorial on how to read electronic component values. So that's it for this video, just a short intro into how to modify a guitar pedal. If you want to learn how to build a guitar pedal, check out my channel. I have a series of 9 videos on how to build a guitar pedal from start to end. Hope you liked the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.